kind of go over a lot of the ancillary stuff that you just don't think about. So we have a palette of just blower and exhaust, burner blower. So we have a burner, combustion blower, and exhaust blower. The cat. Well, then, like, stuff starts getting kind of crazy. So, 5-gallon bucket of mold release is like probably $500. We have the exhaust flue. This gizmo here bolts underneath the the doors on the oven and helps smash the doors to the oven itself on the opening. So this comes with this green bin. This rolly bin comes with the whole shoot and match, and we've got control boxes, conduit, pilot valves, main gas valves, a whole bunch of stuff that is related to stuff I took off. So it's like, this is the 2-inch conduit that goes from the control box around to that box. So this box is staying on, control box is coming off. We'll be getting the blowers off. These blowers are recirculation blowers. There's one on each side. So this pallet has one arm, and most of the long stuff, there's a little bit more long stuff, that piece of conduit. And then we need to get the tracks off the floor. Those need to go on the semi. Same for the rack. So there's a big gear drive in here. You can kind of see the gear. And that pushes and pulls forward and backwards on the rack. And then there's the other track. So we'll lift up the oven and move it over. And then unbolt those from the ground so we could get them loaded on the semi. This green laundry basket comes too. It so far just has spare powder. So the last little bit of our ancient red, we have a couple things of Jericho red, that's the recent people. And I think we included the natural, even though oh, you turned around. What did you do? You turned around. Me turned around. Okay, my thumb did that. Get me there. Okay, so we have natural. That's the original old red. We have powder buckets, and then the new red. And somewhere is the red bucket in its box. I'll have to find that. It's trying to disappear on us now. This pallet is half full of powder that goes with. This shelf needs packed up and goes with. You get the fan. Unless you don't mind me stealing it for a while so I don't sweat. So far we threw the doors inside the oven and I put the gas standpipe on it. It's actually kind of heavy. So the remaining job is this track needs to be unbolted. It has 4 mounting points with 2 bolts each. So that needs to be unbolted and then dropped. Then we can undo the bolts that hold the door frames to the oven. And of course, each one's unique, so that's just fantastic, but we'll probably do something to label those. So all these are, let's see here, looks like 1/2-inch thick 3-inch angle aluminum and just directly threaded M10 by 1.25 because I had a whole bunch of those. But it was such a pain to drill these, like we ended up bolting the drill press to the arms or something to drill them. It was just a pain. But this one's got all kinds of extra. He ain't going nowhere. So that's the same on both sides, and we can lower these door frames down. They just hold up the door rack. That's what's left. So we have the cabinet, finish labeling and detaching the air. Enough of it is quick connect fittings that we'll just undo them up here and probably leave a lot on there because it is secured to the oven with a whole bunch of pipe clamps. And then I'll double check, but I think we just have a bunch of those to do to get this whole thing off, and then the whole air can come off in one go. And that'll make it easier to put it back on. And we'll label everything. I'll probably take the wrenches off. So there's almost a joke here to be used in case of emergency. You know, if you're in the middle of trying to get your thing working and you just need an obscure hex key or one wrench and you don't know where your 9/16 is, you know, it's worth buying the cheapest ones out there and just have them there for a case of emergency. When you're like, my kingdom for a wrench. Okay, so you're also going to get that shelf, so that goes in the moving truck. This is going to go on the big semi drop deck. We're probably going to put that panel and that panel, which we don't use, on top of here, because that's what we did when we came from California. We have 2 more arms. Yay, arms. And the hood. This is kind of a ridiculous hood. It's just heavy enough you can't quite manage it, but it's happy on a little furniture dolly. It's fun. Okay, what are we missing? Okay, that's everything down here. Oh, you're going to get the weights. So we have to pack those somehow, and your chain. So all these weights go with the oven because you use those to counterbalance or to balance the arms. And then those are the chains that run the arms rotating. What else? Is there? There's got to be more. Well, we'll see. But that's, oh yeah, the molds. So 2 pallets, 3 pallets of molds. We have a metal strapping machine, and we're going to strap these probably to each other and then to the pallet. Both of those need to put on to pallets that have grooves so we can strap them. And then there's that mold chunk that we don't use but goes with. Oh crap, more tanks to throw away. Oops. Great. Yeah, so it's going to be a pretty hefty spare truck that goes with the main truck. You're going to get the air compressor back there, a little red thing. And then the other half of it is we have to pack the tools that do the finishing work. Oh, there's the other cat you get too. They probably think I'm kidding. So you're going to get the cart. You're going to get the tiger torch. You're going to take the propane. Probably going to clean out this cart and give you this cart. So, like, not my glasses, but you're going to get the X-Acto knives. You're going to get the drill. You're going to get the router. This is the stuff for the MTT. That's the monster track tank. This is the stuff for the HM69 tank. We're going to get this big hole saw. We're going to give you the Dremel in case you need to Dremel down raised inserts. All the plates that I can find because y'all need to make more MTT plates. You're gonna get the test fixture, the charger. There's the Dremel. You're gonna get the heat gun. You need that too. We're gonna get you good tanks that haven't sold. So here is a box of HM69 materials to put together the kits, which I need to do one more kit. And then over here, this pile is all about building MTT-43 tanks and like putting together all the parts that make the EFI fuel flange adapter plate. This tank builds, or this box builds the MTS tank. There's spare mounts for the monster tank. You get those. We do actually have a couple plates, and we did not sell those. You'll get those filters. And then here's the kit to do the MH tank. And yes, you need the wood. So this one's pretty convoluted to make. He's got lots of parts. You get the fleece blankets. Yep, so all that goes. Yeah. So just FYI, that was... There we go. Yeah, so all that stuff... Oh, you're going to get the water test tank. But we'll dump the water out because it's way too heavy. Yeah, we need to just make a list of all that and then summarize this video and go, wow, there's still a lot of work to do. But, I mean, a lot of the hard stuff is done. It was pretty tricky getting the doors off. As far as this winch goes, if y'all have a way to hang the thing, definitely the winch and battery go with. Winch and battery. If not, I'll keep those because we'll use those. If we get around to getting this, oops, you can't tell. Where, over here. Yeah, if we get around to getting this off the wall, you get that too. Off the wall. Yeah, so there's a bit of stuff. There's a bit of stuff. It's crazy. Like, this whole room was full of just parts laying all over the place when I started. So, craziness. And then, of course, the turret is on Billie Jean still, so maybe you saw the pictures on the book face. We rolled the turret out the door to prove we could get it onto the rollback. And then we use these skates to move stuff. They're pretty incredible. The table, we weighed it. It's like I basically did a tear weight for my truck. It's 18,000 pounds on their scale, empty. Then we put the turret on and stopped on the way home, and it was 5,960 pounds more. So just 3 of those, and we can push the table. It takes 2 of us to kind of get the table going. It's a little weird, but I think it's easier to push the oven. I think it weighs less. But it's not easy to push on its casters on the tracks, but that doesn't really matter. So yeah, whole bunches of stuff is gonna get loaded into some kind of U-Haul or something. Probably like a Penske 24-foot. I should measure how long these rails are in case we get stuck not getting them on the truck. If the truck says no, then we're gonna have to figure it out our own selves. Yay. Okay, so that's it. Thank y'all. We'll talk to you later. Bye.